All right, everyone. I'm running out of steam here as I do these videos. We're up to the book of Romans, which was a letter of Paul, who wrote to the church in Rome, thus Romans. And we see in Romans that there were, to my mind, there's two main things. One is Romans is cited sometimes about the whole gay and heterosexual issue. You know, and I don't have time to go into it, but the reality of that is that the Roman men were abusing young boys at age of 12, 13, 14, 15. And that's pedastry in our day and age. And so the idea that that sort of problem was has been extrapolated to homosexuality today is is intellectually messed up and wrong. There was no idea of or words of homosexuality back then, and quite frankly, those kinds of things were only referred to 3 or 4 times throughout the Christian Hebrew Bible: Leviticus, Romans, I think Corinthians, and that's 3 or 4 times. Sodom and Gomorrah was about hospitality, and so we live in a weird time that stuff has been completely overemphasized, because the reality is the Bible is filled with about 1,000 messages about helping the poor, supporting the widowed, taking care of the orphan, not being so greedy. So, you know, Christianity has, a lot to apologize for. The other part of Romans is this chapter, or this verse, that talks about nothing can separate us from the love of God. And I love that. I love that chapter. I think it's in chapter 8. Nothing can separate us from the love of God. Neither death, nor principalities, nor things to come, nor things before. And Paul was trying to make a statement that there's nothing. Nothing. That's the beauty of the love of God. And so in our day and age, what stops us from not realizing that there is nothing? I don't care if you've had an abortion, or you're gay, or you're straight, or you've robbed a bank, or you've killed somebody. One of my aunts was greatly mentally challenged, and back in the day we would have called it mentally retarded. And she died, and I mean she was a mess. I mean she was mean, she was nasty. I mean she was violent. But you know what? At the memorial service, we talked about how nothing, no thing separates us from the love of God. And so we live in this sort of planet where we think, and we have the audacity to say who's separated from God and who isn't separated from God. I don't care who you are, conservative, liberal, believer, unbeliever, nothing separates you and I from the love of God. That's Romans. All right. Amen. Take care.